It's my pleasure to see the huge success of Pakistan's preeminent think tank, Islamabad Policy Research Institute, IPRI, which I founded, which I conceived, which I planned, and which I implemented 25 years ago after Pakistan became a nuclear power, and the realization was very clear that Pakistan is now going to be a major pivotal player in global politics. Today, IPRI is among the top 100 think tanks. And IPRI is also a platform in the battle of narratives, in the battle of ideas, promoting Pakistan's perspective, protecting and preserving Pakistan's national security interests through dissemination of knowledge and dissemination of information.
At IPRI, we spearhead qualitative change in research and policy industry. We strive to recommend pragmatic solutions to the problems being faced by Pakistan in the areas of national security that encompasses traditional and non-traditional security areas.
Islamabad Policy Research Institute is the premier national security think tank of Pakistan, and it is ranked 74th in global ranking of University of Pennsylvania, which is a great honor not only for a think tank but for the entire country. In Islamabad Policy Research Institute, we deal with the eclectic mix of subjects spanning a wide gamut from strategic studies, international relations, public policy and governance, economic security, and international law.
The Chair International Law at IPRI does research and capacity building on issues of international law impacting Pakistan and the international community. We work on the diverse range of public and private international law issues involving climate change, international water law, international trade law, human rights, as well as an intersection of international law, technology, and artificial intelligence.
My name is Ikra Banu Suhail, and I am currently working as a research associate with the Chair International Law here at IPRI. The Chair International Law is a very dynamic institution here because we cover aspects of both traditional and non-traditional security. Some of the areas that we are currently working on include water laws, international law and terrorism, law and technology. We have been strongly advocating for the people of Gaza as well. The atrocities that are taking place in that region have been a key aspect of our research.
So our work is heavily impacted by the geopolitical realities we find ourselves in, such as the Russia-Ukraine conflict, the indiscriminate killing in Gaza, which has led to a genocide, and the massive human rights abuses and violations of international law in Kashmir.
Our department also produces research papers, policy briefs, and advocacy materials. Our podcasts feature scholars from around the world who talk about pressing matters that exist in the contemporary society.
We believe that timely international legal research and policy advice is crucial to the development of international legal norms and ensuring accountability in a global order.
One of the best things about working at IPRI is the fact that the work that you put out actually has the potential to make an impact in the society, to have a real world impact. And this is something that can be attributed to the fact that we work in correspondence with ministries and state officials, and that helps our work to get the boost that it deserves.
Assalamu alaikum, this is Dr. Aneen Salman, OGDCL IPRI Chair Economic Security. And let me tell you that this chair is for the first time established in the think tank, and this is sponsored by OGDCL, and this chair was established in 2022. Over here we have multiple tasks that we are doing. The first one is research, the number two is training, and the third one is capacity building. In terms of research, we ensure कि हमारी research ऐसी हो कि वो right policy corridors में जाए and it becomes effective. हमने यहाँ पे बलोचिस्तान का GDP निकाला, हमने यहाँ पे economic security index निकाला South Asia का, and then we calculated the climate security index of South Asia, और हमने यहाँ पे charters of economies को analyze किया. So it's an excellent research. You can go on the website and you can see that what kind of work is being done by the economic security. Annually, we have 2 to 3 winter, summer and autumn schools where from Islamabad and even outside Islamabad, students and practitioners come and they are trained over here. Then fortnightly, we have our economic snapshots, and rest, my team will also share what we are doing.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Shiraz Ahmed, Associate Research in Economic Security. I'm working under the guideline of Dr. Anil Salman. और इस टाइम मैं जिस टॉपिक्स पे काम कर रहा हूँ वो है ट्रेड, क्लाइमेट चेंज, सस्टेनेबिलिटी डेवलपमेंट, एनवायरमेंटल एंड सोशल गवर्नेंस.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Mariam Ayub. I am working as a resource person with Dr. Anil Salman. इस वक्त मैं जिन टॉपिक्स पे काम कर रही हूँ they include macroeconomics policy, monetary policy, development economics and climate finance.
Currently, IPRI is doing a proactive work on initiative like CBAM, Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism. हमने IPRI में 6 डिफरेंट सेक्टर्स को डिकार्बनाइज किया, जिनमें IT, फार्मास्यूटिकल, राइस, टेक्सटाइल, प्लास्टिक एंड ऑयल एंड गैस सेक्टर था. एंड इट विल बी पब्लिश्ड सून ऑन IPRI's वेबसाइट.
इन्फ्लेशन पाकिस्तान का एक बड़ा मसला है. हम पाकिस्तान में मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी को यूज़ कर रहे हैं टू कंट्रोल इन्फ्लेशन. रिसेंटली हमने एक पॉलिसी ब्रीफ को ऑथर किया मिस्टर ज़फ़र मसूद के साथ, जो कि चेयरमैन हैं OGDCL के, जिसमें हमने देखा कि हम इन्फ्लेशन को किस तरह से बेटर वे में कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं अदर देन यूजिंग मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी.
I'm also working as chair of Pakistan's first AI policy, and IPRI is giving inputs, and we have formed a committee where the first Pakistan's AI policy is going to be finalized.
So it's a full menu, and our research is not academic and abstruse. It is configured to give policy inputs to policymakers, and our products have a wide traction in the policy making circles.
I was in the foreign service for 32 years. Last year I served Pakistan's ambassador to UAE and Iran. And for the past 6 years, I have been involved in research work. In between, I joined as Pakistan's special representative for Afghanistan, which lasted in September this year. I'm back to IPRI as senior research fellow. I have mostly focused on Afghanistan, but also South Asia and Middle East. I came up with a book entitled Turmoil. It was about the events in Afghanistan, South Asia, Middle East, Ukraine and Pakistan. It's a compilation of my articles written over 4 years, and it was received very well, especially by the students.
This is Khalid Hussain Chandio. I work as a research fellow at IPRI, and my area of research is Pakistan-US relations, and I also work on Pakistan-UK relations. And the international organization I am looking after is the UN.
I am Tanzila Khalil, a research fellow here at IPRI. I look at the South Asian strategic dynamics with a particular focus on Indian military and nuclear doctrines and its associated developments. The India-Pakistan bilateral dynamics have become even more complex as the geopolitical competition, where India has acquired a central place, is leading to regional instabilities in South Asia.
We have a very good young dynamic team of researchers who deal with different areas of research called thematic and geographic, and they produce quality policy briefs and empirical studies.
So as a team, the objective is to produce quality research that offers analysis and give actionable policy recommendations to the relevant policymakers. IPRI is also positively contributing in generating a healthy discourse on contemporary national, global and regional issues through conducting international and national seminars and webinars.
This year we are holding a 5th edition of Margala Dialogue, which will be dealing with the subject Emerging Global Realities, Challenges and Response.
As the emerging global realities reshape the international landscape, it is imperative for Pakistan to navigate through these shifts strategically in order to ensure its national development, security and global standing.
I am about to complete my 2 years at IPRI. Over the past few months, I have written a few policy briefs on Africa. My first policy brief that I wrote about Africa was about what should be the Pakistan's engagement policy toward Africa.
Basically, research focus मेरा ईरान, इराक और टर्की पे मिडिल ईस्ट में, और मेरा थीमेटिक एरिया जो है रिसर्च का वो है स्ट्रेटेजिक स्टडीज़, इंटरनेशनल रिलेशंस एंड सिक्योरिटी. IPRI में रहते हुए मैंने बहुत से डाइवर्स प्रोजेक्ट्स पे काम किया है, जिसमें से एम्पिरिकल स्टडीज़ आ जाती हैं, पॉलिसी ब्रीफ्स आ जाते हैं और मुख्तलिफ रिसर्च प्रोडक्ट्स जो मुख्तलिफ और बड़े डाइवर्स टॉपिक्स पे आते हैं जो अभी करंट चल रहे हैं.
I focused on how Pakistan may take initiatives to materialize the already documented policies that it has toward Africa. Afterwards, I worked on the turmoil in Eastern Africa and how it impacts Pakistan. In the most recent policy brief that I wrote, I worked on how various paramilitary companies are having various development and economic projects in Africa, and how is this meddling with the political and socio-economic realities of Africa.
मेरी major study है policy research on the impacts of population growth on human security, और दूसरा मेरे मुख्तलिफ पॉलिसी ब्रीफ्स हैं ऑन इमर्जिंग टेक्नोलॉजीज़, क्योंकि ये एक बड़ा करंट सब्जेक्ट है और हमारा इदारा इन करंट ट्रेंड्स को फोकस भी कर रहा है और उन पे पॉलिसी एडवाइजरी भी दे रहा है कि कैसे हम इन इमर्जिंग ट्रेंड्स को अडॉप्ट कर सकते हैं एट अ पॉलिसी लेवल.
In IPRI, I have had the opportunity to work on several different topics, which include extremism, terrorism, and I have had the opportunity to co-author a book as well.
IPRI has given me the opportunity to meet the people I've only read about. I'm about to complete 2 years at this institute, and I'm currently working on India, its domestic affairs, and I try to recommend to Pakistani government on how we can proceed with our relations with India. And I also deal with the countries that are mostly neglected, that is Bangladesh, Bhutan and Maldives, and how we can interact with them and better our relations to pursue a policy that is more holistic and comprehensive.
My area of expertise is Middle East, specializing in Saudi Arabia, UAE, Gaza, Lebanon, Jordan and Israel. I have been working on the war in Gaza and war in Lebanon. I have written extensively about the Red Sea crisis and its implications for the region. I have also worked on the Beijing Declaration, uniting all Gazan and Palestinian factions under one flag.
My area of research focuses on Americas and Europe, with a major focus on geostrategic competition between United States and China. I have written many policy briefs include US sanctions regime and resurgence of far-right government in Argentina, providing actionable recommendations to the policymakers.
My area of research is regional security issues in South Asia, especially related to India-Pakistan conflicts. I just completed my PhD from School of International Relations and Public Affairs from Fudan University, Shanghai. And along with my research area, I also work on Chinese mediation role in India-Pakistan conflict. I believe that US had a very important role in India-Pakistan conflict, and US knows how to oversell it. China has a role, but no one knows Chinese story of mediation in India-Pakistan conflict. And sometimes there is a consideration that Chinese role should be propagated as US propagates its role. So I also work on US and Chinese mediation role, and I did a comparative analysis on role played by US, USSR, Russia and China in South Asia. So hopefully I will be developing some regional security frameworks when it comes to confidence building measures between China, Pakistan and India.
I am Fazan Riaz, Assistant Research Associate at IPRI. My research focuses on international relations with an interest in domestic politics and ethno-nationalism. The geographical area that I focus is South Asia, particularly India and Afghanistan. Recently, I wrote a research paper on Uniform Civil Code in India, where I analyzed its proposed impact on Indian Muslims in the vein of Hindu majoritarianism. I also cover the BRICS organization, and at the start of this year, I wrote a policy brief on unlocking BRICS Plus, integration challenges, and economic dividends for Pakistan.
Pakistan's image at the regional and global fronts has often been construed from the prism of terrorism, Afghanistan, and the India-Pakistan equation. However, with the China-Pakistan economic corridor, a new narrative about Pakistan is emerging, and that narrative is more focused on geoeconomics, economic development, regional connectivity, and human security. In order to promote Pakistan's narrative on geoeconomics, IPRI organizes conferences and seminars on the subject of regional connectivity, and in which scholars from world over participate. IPRI also conducts joint research studies on regional connectivity with foreign think tanks. One of the research studies that IPRI undertook in collaboration with the RAND Corporation on regional connectivity is the East-West Economic Corridor, often referred to as the EWAC. EWAC is a hypothetical infrastructure wherein the economic feasibility of connecting Pakistan with Iran, India and Afghanistan is being studied.
I am the Director for Advocacy and Communications at the Islamabad Policy Research Institute, and my department is critical in amplifying IPRI's policy recommendations and research findings so that they resonate with our key audiences. I also play a vital role in maintaining IPRI's credibility and visibility through our relationships with our traditional media houses, as well as increasing our digital footprint. We do this by hosting various events like roundtable discussions, workshops, and seminars. So we host our weekly team meetings here at IPRI as well, where we discuss what's on the agenda for the coming week, as well as decide on our various products like our infographics, dashboards, and any other design elements that we want to work on, or strategic initiatives when we are talking about shaping the narrative especially. So these sort of team meetings help us brainstorm various ideas and come forward with our innovative solutions. So we have an in-house studio here at IPRI, and as you can see, this is one of the backdrops for our podcasts. This is where we call in different guests, experts, and stakeholders to have a discussion on policy issues. And if we come here, we see this is the backdrop for one of our other products called Policy Beats.
I'm Javeria Kulsum Atif, and I work at IPRI as a digital media and policy advocacy specialist. In my time here, I've had the opportunity to host my show, Policy Beats, where I have the opportunity and chance to bring together different guests who discuss issues relating to geopolitics, Pakistan's policy space, technology, economy, climate change, and whatever is the most burning issue at that moment.
We also have this backdrop. This is one of IPRI's other products called IPRI Explainers, where we call experts to talk about issues in a very concise manner. These don't generally go over 2 or 3 minutes long. And finally, when we want to experiment with something, and if you want to use animation, we have this chroma screen where we have our guests stand in front of it, and then we can utilize different styles of animation and other visual ideas and experiments.
Apart from that, I'm also responsible for ensuring partnerships and building connections with other institutes, be it local, national, or international. And with that being said, it's an extreme pleasure to be part of such a dynamic team where we're constantly looking into new ideas for strategic communications, for delivering and creating Pakistan's narrative within the policy space. So my role here essentially then looks into connecting with not just institutions, but also the people on the social media space as well.
Strategic communication is essential to effectively highlight the research conducted at IPRI and influence policy discussions. We do this through visual products such as infographics, dashboards, podcasts, and video explainers. It is my job to promote media engagement by building and maintaining relationships with journalists and media outlets to facilitate coverage of the Institute's work and on key issues to enhance public awareness.
My name is Haseeb, and I am a data visualizer for Magala Dialogue. In my role, I focus on transforming complex data and ideas into visually engaging graphics and infographics. My work helps to communicate key insights from discussions and reports, making it accessible and impactful for our audience.
My duties includes collecting data from reliable sources, cleaning them, and after that analyzing useful insight. I create infographics here. Recently, I have created different infographics, namely visualizing world economy, Kashmir Black Day, and uranium theft.
We all know that the international geopolitical environment is very fluid, and it is very essential for us to remain abreast with the emerging circumstances through empirical research, which could be very valuable for our scholars, students, policymakers, and the researchers. The journal is the face of every think tank, and IPRI has been publishing its journal since 2001. In the recent years, we have been able to enhance its subjects to various, by including international law, economy, cyber studies, and environmental studies. We have also increased in our outreach and we have several internationally renowned authors writing for us now. IPRI Journal is the only journal in Pakistan from the field of social sciences to have earned this status. Our subscribers have also increased significantly.
We are part of the editorial team that edits IPRI Journal, which is now has been elevated into X category by the Higher Education Commission. I bring with me around 3 decades of experience, and here we take care of issues that are very contemporary, and we invite scholars and academicians from all over the world to write for IPRI Journal. We have 3-4 themes: international relations, security studies, lawfare, international economy, as well as public policy.
My work mainly focuses on IPRI Journal as well as other in-house publications. I focus on visualize layouts that not only captivate but also bring creativity from a content perspective.
My role is to facilitate the research team and provide relevant materials across different resources like The Economist, Foreign Policy magazines, Foreign Affairs magazine, New York Times, The Wall Street Journals, JSTOR, HEC Resources, etc.
My name is Akmal Wakas. I am Assistant Librarian at Islamabad Policy Research Institute since 2018. In my roles here at IPRI, मैं जो चीज़ें देखता हूँ वो बुक्स की हमारी परचेजिंग से लेके उसकी शेल्विंग तक तमाम प्रोसीजर करना होता है।
मेरी यहाँ पर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज़ हैं वो IPRI के जो वेबसाइट्स को मेंटेन करना है, जो उनकी बैक एंड सपोर्ट है, कंटेंट वगैरह अपलोड करना है, और सेकंड इसके IPRI का जो नेटवर्किंग सिस्टम है जो पूरा ऑफिस का वो देखता हूँ, और थर्डली ये है कि मैं जो हमारे ऑफिस में इवेंट्स होते हैं इंडोर आउटडोर उनकी मैनेजमेंट देखता हूँ, जिसमें लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग है, ऑडियो वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग सिस्टम है।
मेरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी में IPRI में जो है IPRI के जो वेब से रिलेटेड कंटेंट है उसको डील करना है। इसमें मेनली द मेजर प्रोजेक्ट आई वर्क ऑन वाज रीडर्स लाउंज which is IPRI digital library. I worked as a part of development team और I'm responsible for all the technical aspects of readers lounge.
और मेरा काम इधर कॉल ऑपरेटर और रिसेप्शन का है और मैं आने वाले मेहमानों को खुशामदीद कहती हूँ।
2005 से एज असिस्टेंट मैं यहाँ काम कर रहा हूँ और एडमिन रिलेटेड जितने भी काम हैं उनको मैं हैंडल करता हूँ। मेरा नाम जुल्फ़कार अली है। मैं रिसोर्स पर्सन के तौर पर इधर एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ऑफिस में काम करता हूँ। मेरा काम डाक डिस्पैच करना है, इसके अलावा फ़ोटो स्टेट मशीन को हैंडल करना है और लीव रिकॉर्ड को मेंटेन करना है।
मेरा नाम अशफाक अहमद है, मैं यहाँ पे अकाउंट्स अफसर हूँ, तो जितने फाइनेंस के मैटर्स हैं वो मैं सारे देखता हूँ।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम, मेरा नाम नासिर यूनुस है और मैं यहाँ पे एज ए अकाउंटेंट हूँ और मेरा काम और रिकॉर्ड को मेंटेन करना है।
मैं PE हूँ विद प्रेसिडेंट एम्बेसडर डॉक्टर मेजर जनरल रज़ा मोहम्मद साहब के साथ पर्सनल असिस्टेंट हूँ। मेरा काम है उनकी मेल को इन आउट को चेक करना और उनको अपडेट रखना, कोई भी इवेंट हो उस इवेंट में उनको आगाह करना, ये मेरा पर्सनल काम है। इस्लामाबाद पॉलिसी रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट में कोई भी कोऑर्डिनेटर या किसी को भी बुलाना हो तो उनसे लेदान करना और प्रेसिडेंट साहब के पास उनको लेकर आना।
I work in Islamabad Policy Research Institute as an assistant. I appoint with Director Research and Analysis as a PA. My work is to coordination with the research branch and other all IPRI staff.
मेरा नाम अदनान खान है। मैं इस्लामाबाद पॉलिसी रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट में डायरेक्टर कम्युनिकेशन के साथ एज ए असिस्टेंट काम कर रहा हूँ। IPRI में होने वाले तमाम इवेंट्स की कोऑर्डिनेशन में एडवोकेसी और कम्युनिकेशन टीम के साथ मदद करता हूँ।
Overall, the role of the Director for Advocacy and Communications here at IPRI is to act as a bridge between IPRI's research and the wider policy community.
The work environment here at IPRI is something that is truly exceptional, with a culture of knowledge sharing and supportive seniors. It is a very unique opportunity to be a part of such a passionate and dedicated team.
My heartiest congratulations to the outstanding leadership of IPRI, its talented team, and the great homework that they do through empirical research. Long live IPRI.